Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be finding out what really happened to the Braithwaite family after the end of the game. So, the story and the missions and even some of the side quests give you a pretty good idea of what happens to the Braithwaite family, but there's actually some secret dialogue in Undead Nightmare that tells us what eventually happens to their entire lineage. So to give you guys some quick background on the Braithwaites are one of the oldest, wealthiest American families, dating back to 1779, over 100 years before our game even starts in RDR2. Now, by the 19th century, they had a bustling slave plantation called the Braithwaite Manor in the Scarlet Meadows of Lemoyne, and they had a bitter family feud with the Greys. Now, the reason for this is because in 1806, Lucille Braithwaite gave the location of a significant sum of gold to Douglas Gray. Now, with Lucille's permission, he stole this gold from the Braithwaites and stole some more gold from his family in order to fund the abolition of slavery. So the two sides, believing that the other side stole their treasure, started feuding. Now, after the Civil War, which ended in 1865, the abolition of slavery occurred, which badly damaged the Braithwaites, and they lost a large amount of wealth, as did the Greys. Now, like I mentioned at the very beginning of this story, the game, for the most part, tells us what happens to the Braithwaites. So let's start with the entire family that we see during the raid on the So let's start with the entire family that we see during the raid of the Braithwaite Manor. So that is Catherine Braithwaite, who is the head of the family, Gerald Braithwaite, Gareth Braithwaite, and Bartholomew Braithwaite. So we sort of know what happens to them as they're all killed in the raid on the mansion.
1, 2, 3, go! You want me to kill you too, old woman?
You bastards!
Where's the boy?
We have lived in this house for 120 years. We never had no problems except for
Where
Yankees.
is the boy? Who took him?
You killed my son!
Oh, and I will surely kill the rest of them unless you start talking.
Oh, I know your type. Common scum.
Where is the boy?
You filth.
All right, we get her out of here.
What about them?
I never liked you.
Why'd you take the boy, Mrs. Braithwaite?
You stole my
Boys are off
liquor.
limits.
You stole my horses. Ain't no rules in war, mister.
Matthews.
Yes, that's it.
Where's the boy?
My sons gave him to Angelo Bronte. So my guess is Saint Denis. Either there or on my boat to Italy.
Let's go.
Arthur, come on.
What we doing with her?
Leave her.
I told you she was crazy.
So we know that those 4 members of the family ended up dying. Now, there's a little bit of confusion here because Bartholomew is actually absent during the Vanderlyn gang's assault on the Braithwaite Manor. However, his brother Gareth appears twice. So this was likely an error from Rockstar, and that was probably supposed to be Bartholomew. So we know what happens to those 4 characters. Well, what about the next character, Penelope Braithwaite? Well, we know that Penelope is the niece of Catherine Braithwaite, and by completing one of the side missions in the game, you know that she actually escapes to Boston with Beau Gray.
stopped.
It's best you go on alone from here.
Mr. Arthur, I didn't know you could drive a train.
Neither did I. But if I'm honest, it was kind of fun. And I didn't kill any of us. Well, I killed some of your relatives, but they would have killed all of us.
You are a gentleman, sir.
Oh, no, I ain't.
Yes, you are. Here, I ain't got much money, but these sapphires are worth a lot of money. Old family heirloom.
That Braithwaite treasure. Thank you. Now, let's get you off to Boston before any more of your relatives show up.
That might be wise.
Hey, you there?
Yeah?
This couple is heading up north to the Boston line. They got money, they'll pay you on arrival. That work for you?
Yeah, sounds fine. Get on in.
Hey, you carry protection on a journey like this?
I wouldn't be much of a stage driver if I didn't. Goes everywhere I do. Hey!
Miss Braithwaite is gonna hold on to this until arrival. On account of the treasure on your person.
I don't know how to thank you.
You're a fine man, sir.
Just get out of here. I'll leave. Yeah!
So that only leaves one final member that we know of in the Braithwaite family, and that is Gertrude Braithwaite. Now, we know that Gertrude is the daughter of Catherine Braithwaite, and she is the one inside of the outhouse. So we know what happens to her because by the time the epilogue rolls around, she's dead and still in the outhouse. So no one actually took care of her and she ended up dying. So according to the game and the Red Dead Wikipedia page, that is all the members of the Braithwaite family. But you still might be wondering, is there a husband? Is there a father involved here? Did Gerald, Gareth, and Bartholomew have a father? Where is this character? Where is the husband of Catherine? He's never really mentioned throughout the story, and it seems as if he would be the final remaining Braithwaite. So it turns out the answer to this has already been solved in Undead Nightmare, which was the story DLC for the first Red Dead Redemption game. It turns out Rockstar might have already given us the answer before RDR2 even came out. This actually takes place in the mission Curious Tales from Blackwater, where Mordecai Robard's niece will mention Mr. Braithwaite. And this is what happened to him.
You weren't a bad man, mister. You weren't. Sure, he liked to drink, but he weren't bad. And sure, he liked the company of women, but he weren't bad, mister, he weren't.
No one deserves to have their blood drunk.
I mean, he knew how to use his fist. And if a woman spoke out her place, he reminded her of it and everything. And when my mama was dying, people said that he was lying with her sister, but that weren't true, mister, it weren't.
But you said your mother was dead.
Yeah, her and Mr. Braithwaite. He's been dead a year. And then yesterday, he walked up that street eating dogs. And he loves animals.
So as you heard there, she mentions that a Mr. Braithwaite had been dead as of the year 1911, which actually is 4 years after the end of Red Dead Redemption 2. So I believe that might truly be the end of the Braithwaite family. If Mr. Braithwaite was the final remaining member who we never actually see and is never mentioned, that would be the end of their family. Because remember, all of the sons are dead, and you would assume that Penelope would actually probably become a Grey. If she married Beau, she would likely take his last name, and then the Grey lineage would continue. So that is certainly very interesting considering, remember, Undead Nightmare came out, I think it was in 2010 or 2011, which would be like 7 years before Red Dead Redemption 2. So did Rockstar know the fate of the Braithwaite family, like even back then? Or is this just a coincidence of last names matching? It doesn't really seem like that considering how significant the Braithwaite family was in Red Dead Redemption 2. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think really happened to the Braithwaite family, and do you think that all of them are officially dead now? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.